Happy first day of school. Just kidding, cut that out.
That actually triggered me.
Happy first day of school, guys, and welcome back to the Beautiful Twin Sisters podcast.
All my beautiful twin sisters.
Sisters. Beautiful twin sisters. Beautiful twin sisters.
Sisters. Beautiful twin sisters. Wow. The school season is upon us.
Guys, I actually pray that none of you guys are going back to school.
Probably everyone's going back to school. I love school.
No, I'm joking. But imagine the terror. Like when
Yeah.
I said happy first day of school, that was like sent chills down my spine, bro.
Yeah, same.
Praying for any of you that applies to. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're kind of just chilling here as college graduates.
With
Not
all
a
the-
worry in the world.
All the wisdom up here.
Yeah.
Up here in our brains.
Just adult worries. That's it. Just taxes.
Anyways, Ashley and I have really different college experiences in like every single way possible. So we're going to share both of our sides of our situations and how they impacted us and what we wish we did differently. Basically, this is like sharing the wisdom we wish we had when we entered college.
Wait. They don't even know where we went to college.
Oh, we are wearing our college shirts right now. Ashley went to RPI.
Yeah, except I also didn't just go to RPI. I went to a lot of different schools, which is crazy. But when I first went to college, I went to George Washington University, which is in Washington, D.C., and I went there for 1 semester.
Yes, snaps.
Yes,
You did
snaps.
that, girl.
Thank you. And then I transferred to RPI, which is the shirt that I am wearing here. But it was crazy because I went GW, RPI, Community College, RPI.
And RPI is a school that's like kind of in our local area, upstate New York.
Yeah, RPI is like just upstate New York, close to our home, close enough that I was a drivable distance.
Yeah, so it's kind of like you went out crazy for 1 semester and then transferred back home.
Yeah,
That was kind of
basically
the vibe.
that's the vibe.
Period. And then I went to Chapman University, which is in Southern California. Very random as hell. So freaking weird. Moved across the country for it, and it was actually fire. I stayed there all 4 years. I graduated last May, and I loved it. It was like a full 180 switch up for my life. And growing up, I never thought I would move far away ever. Like, what the hell? I just assumed I was going to go to college in like Massachusetts or something. So this was a crazy life choice for me, but it was really fun. So because of that, Ashley and I have got like fully different college experiences.
Yeah, I got that East Coast college experience. Amber's the person that like goes to college and is like, I love college and like thrives. And I'm the type of person where like, I'm like, oh, I loved high school. Yeah, that's crazy. Like it's like literally the worst, bro. And then I'm like I'm in college. I'm like, bro, because I feel like even every single college that I applied to, I literally was like, like I don't even love any of these. And then actually RPI, when I toured it, was like gorgeous because I went during the summer and it was like the nicest summer day. It looked beautiful and I got baited because obviously we live in the Northeast and during the winter it was crazy.
You liked high school a lot, but you probably could have also enjoyed college a lot more if you like found the right vibe, I think.
Yeah, I think I did towards the end. But it was a very long and hard path to get there.
Gosh. Well, let's get back to the freaking beginning of that.
Okay.
Orientation week. Guys,
Whoa.
orientation. First ever week or day of college, I guess. Ashley, you had a day of orientation? Explain that. What did you do and what do you wish you did differently?
Okay, I'm actually aging myself because I don't really remember like anything.
Oh.
But I'm pretty sure orientation day was like the same week that you moved in and it was like a couple days before classes started, which is kind of crazy. Or is that how yours was too? Like right before you? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways. And it was just like one day and it was really random and I just feel like I genuinely can't remember it that well. All I remember is like obviously you have to like kind of make friends and it's like really random like off the bat and like pretty awkward and obviously different people thrive in those environments and I was like I think now I would be someone that's like totally fine with that, but back in the day I was just like
no,
ain't no way, like, bro. And like obviously like I made like random like very surface level friends for that day, but then I remember it's just like was so weird and random. And I remember like eating lunch. I just ate lunch by myself because I like, it was just like very unorganized and I like didn't know where any of like the people that I knew like went or something.
Yeah.
And then I just ate lunch by myself. And because I'm literally a baby, I was like, I think that was my first time ever eating lunch by myself.
That's kind of
like,
scary.
Like going out and eating lunch by myself. Like I
Yeah.
had never even really in high school like driven anywhere and like gone and got coffee and just like sat there by myself, which nowadays like I can do that and like I don't give a fuck because it's just like obviously it's like normal. But when I was doing that, I was like, oh my God, what the heck? I'm eating lunch by myself.
Yeah.
Like it was so weird. It was interesting, and I think you had a much better orientation than I did, and I think everyone should try to model their orientation after Amber's.
Period. That's so funny. I feel like I came out of college really ready for a new start, which is like kind of cringe, kind of awkward and cliche, but like
You were like, I'm gonna make the most of it.
yeah, because I was like, this is dead ass a new start. Like that's what people always say, but I was like, no, this for real is a new start. Because in high school, I think I've touched on this before, I was like, I would almost say selectively mute in high school, where like in class I like was dead silent. I literally said no words at all, and if anyone heard me say anything, they would literally be like, oh my God, you can talk? Like that was how quiet I was. It was nuts. Very nuts. And can you believe that? Now you're watching me ramble on for a podcast? That's crazy how the tables have turned.
And all your high school friends are probably like,
yeah, I mean, anyone that like barely knew me in high school is literally so confused right now. I swear everyone still, because we do like YouTube and stuff, everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Like since when does she talk? But anyways, that's what my background was. So when I was entering college, I was growing out of that. And I feel like my senior year of high school, I was pretty much grown out of that, where I was a bit more normal and talkative a bit in high school. But then like with graduation and the start of college, I was like, okay, this is really my time to rebrand myself, okay? Because no one here knows who I am. I have a clean slate. I can literally be anyone I want. I might as well be the most fun and like unafraid version of myself. So as nervous as I was for college, and I feel like my whole life I've been so afraid of college, and like I've like put so much pressure on it. I knew going into college, I was like, this is literally my one opportunity to like really do something crazy with my life. And I'm already moving across the country for college, so I felt more confident with that, because I was like, yeah, I already did something crazy by signing up for this school. Let me just go all the way. So with orientation, mine was a week long. And there were some really weird events. Brandon, shout out our editor, Brandon, you would remember these because he went to Chapman as well, period. There was like silent disco, safari party. And I was like, bro, this is the worst. This is like actually horrible. Brandon, did you start college during COVID? Because maybe you didn't have orientation. No. That would be so sad, bro. I'm sorry I just shouted you out like that, bro.
That's actually rough. At least no one that's going into college right now is starting with COVID. Knock on the couch. Knock on the couch.
That would be so fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anyways.
So I feel like the whole week was just like one cringe event after the next. And you're just like, wow, this is like so weird. But I think what's good about that is that one of the easiest ways to bond with new people is to bond over an awkward situation. Like you got to show up to that safari party and be like, this is so weird. And then go talk to someone else about it and they're like, yeah, this is pretty awkward.
Wait,
and then
did you show up to those parties by yourself, or did you like kind of know people?
Bro, I showed up by myself to every single one.
You're crazy. I think that's what happened. Like for me, I think if I didn't know someone, I didn't go. And I think that's why my orientation wasn't as good, because I obviously didn't know anyone.
Isn't that what's crazy? Because I had that same exact thought where I wanted to sit out of every single one, but I was like, that's literally the point of these events, is like you go alone and then you like meet people. So I was like, this is how it's, as awkward as it is, you're supposed to walk in alone most of the time.
Whoa.
So yeah, until like the very end of the week, then I found some friends to like cling on to. But I think my experience during orientation week, I am very proud of myself for going to all those events. And I think it's really important that you do all of that, no matter how awkward it is, because it's literally built to be like that. And if you feel awkward, that is like, you're doing it right. That's how it's supposed to be. My one thing I wish I did differently was one of the nights towards the end of the week, I finally found like a little group of friends. And I just like clung onto them and I was like, oh, I have friends now. And I just stopped meeting new people. And then for the whole first semester of college, that was like my friend group. And by the end, it was like disintegrating and like people were fighting with each other. And I was like, I actually don't like any of these people. And then we like never talked again after the first semester. And then I had like another blank slate where that one was actually scary, because I was like, oh, I'm in college and there's no orientation for me to meet people.
Yeah.
And I'm just like kind of friendless, except for like my one other friend that like the two of us stuck together.
I wish they did an orientation between every single grade.
Right? I'm like, sometimes you need another new start.
Yeah. Like we need some help.
Yeah. So that was crazy. So I really wish I didn't cling on to that group, because it was literally just the first people I like kind of became more than acquaintances with, and I was like, oh yeah, these are my friends. Oh yeah, I'm good now. And it was like, no, that like none of their personalities, like none of us meshed with each other. It was just because like we happened to like stumble upon each other at the same time. Like
It's just what happens, though. I feel like it's gonna happen probably to everyone even watching. Like,
yeah, it's
for some, like you will keep those friends, but a lot of times, like obviously your friends will change with time.
Yeah. My one college best friend, Laura, who was my roommate up until senior year, it was part of that original group. So one person out of that whole group was the correct friend.
Nice.
But you just have to know, like, people will go do their own thing, and you should not stop meeting new people just because you get comfortable. Because you're going to get to a point where you're like, wait, I wish I knew more people right now.
Period.
Yeah. Also, on the topic of, like, beginning college is dorming. I want to talk about dorming because I feel like as a high schooler and like literally my whole life, I was
That's
like, oh
crazy.
my God, I'm going to have to dorm in college one day. What the hell?
Yeah.
And then when you finally do it, it's also pretty crazy. And Ashley, what was your experience with dorming?
Okay, so when I went to GW, I was in a suite. And so that means there were 4 single bedrooms. And then we had a joint, like little kitchen ish area. Not really. It was like a sink and a fridge, and then a couch and a bathroom that we all shared, but we all had like our own rooms, which was kind of nice. And I chose that option going in because I'm the type of person that was like, I literally did not think I could handle like living in the open with other people just because that's like kind of crazy of a concept, obviously. And Amber and I, like, we even shared rooms when we were really little, and like, it's probably fine.
Like
I don't even know if you remember that.
Yeah, no,
like,
I don't.
We were a little older. You're too young.
I think I was too young.
Wait, we were
then.
the same age.
No.
No, wait, we were the same age though.
Twin moment. Crazy. Yeah, we're
Anyway,
twins.
yeah, we're
Don't forget
twins.
it. Don't
Wait,
get it twisted.
in case you forgot, we're twins. But
So you chose to have your own bedroom.
Yeah, I don't think that was the right choice though. But like,
Okay.
that's what I chose because I didn't want to get like. I'm the type of person that you guys already know this. I get annoyed by like other people like making a lot of noise, or like if they were to like have all their stuff like everywhere or something. Like, I'm just like a little bit type A like that, which is fine.
It's fine.
I understand myself, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have a single bedroom so that like none of that's annoying. I also had a boyfriend when I was in college, and so I think I was like, oh, then I could like FaceTime him or something, and it's like chill, and like I have my own space. Which, by the way, don't recommend having a boyfriend in college.
Oh, entering college with the long distance BF.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like fine, and obviously some people like make it through that, but I think at the same time, I didn't like really meet a lot of people, and I didn't do a lot of things because I had a boyfriend that was back home. And I think college would have been more fun if I like could just go out, or like if I like wanted to like go to parties more, but I literally wouldn't go to parties because I'm a goody two shoes. And then also because I didn't like to drink, and I still don't like to drink. And also I think I was like, oh my God, it's illegal. I literally was like, oh my God, I'm literally underage. I can't drink. So
That's
that was me.
We don't really drink at
I'm
all.
like, yeah,
It's
I
funny.
literally don't. I just feel like it's not enjoyable, and we've talked about this before. But don't
Yeah.
feel pressured to do that. Still go to parties, but like I have girlfriends that are like so cool, and I would like assume that they drink at parties, and then I like realize like, wait, they literally don't ever drink ever,
Yeah.
and like no one notices and no one cares.
Yeah. If you don't want to drink at a party, you could still be the coolest person there without having to drink. So don't worry. And also,
worry.
what's crazy, I've met some people at college who are actually like crazy peer pressury. And I'm like, that's so
Yeah, then
weird.
you just know that they're low-key, stay away from those people. If they're peer pressuring
Low-key.
you, they're not really a good person, because that's crazy.
like, what weird behavior.
That's
so don't,
literally crazy.
Don't feel pressured to do anything. Like, you just do what makes you feel comfortable. Stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
And that is, yeah.
And never peer pressure your friends, because that's bad.
Yeah. You're crazy if you do that. So weird.
You're messed up.
You're messed up,
I'm
bro.
gonna call the police on you if you do that.
Literally. But yeah, I think, so what you're saying is personality-wise, you had some stuff holding you back, such as your boyfriend, and also you don't like to go out that much, so you're more reserved at college.
I'm just like, yeah, I'm literally a more reserved person.
Yes.
Also, I still to this day, like, I don't like going out. Like, I don't want to go to the club. I don't want to go out.
But
And maybe I should have in college, but also I just don't even like that.
Yeah, I don't think you had to party at college, because I didn't either, but maybe you
But maybe
should've-
like I should have like had friends,
Yeah,
or like
I probably could have had friends.
I mean, I did obviously. Like, it's not like I didn't have friends, but like, yeah. And I still have my friends from GW, as short as it was, like, to this day.
Oh, period.
Yeah, so it's like fine. I have like one friend. It's okay.
Oh, we were talking about dorming, though.
Yeah, we were talking about dorming. So
yeah.
that was my first dorming situation. Second dorming situation was once I transferred to RPI, I actually had a shared room with a girl. So it was me and another girl.
Sharing
And
one
she was
room.
really nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just sharing one room. And we were just like chilling. We weren't like best friends, but like it was totally fine. And she
I'll
was nice.
also say I remember when you lived in that dorming situation, because you were kind of back home, you did just come home a lot.
I did come home. Not like a lot, but at least like maybe 1 or 2 nights a week. But mom
Yeah.
would always be like, go back to your dorm. So that was me. Also, I just think like when I went to college, I wasn't like ready to go to college. I was only 17. So was Amber. Don't talk to me
same.
about it. It's
Okay.
just different for me.
I'm just
I was
kidding.
too young.
She was just
I was way too young to go to college, and I was just like not as like independent of a person. I just like wasn't ready. And I also think I am so family based that and still to this day love my family. All my family members are my best friends. Like if I did not have my family members, I literally wouldn't know how to survive. And I think other people maybe aren't as close to their family sometimes, but then because of that, they're better at like having friends outside of their family.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm so used to like having all my friends in my family that I was like, oh my God, I need to go back near my family.
Yeah. It
yeah.
is crazy.
And then after that, I lived. Oh my God, I'm just literally talking for so long because I had so many different living situations. But after that, I lived in an apartment by myself for a little bit. And then eventually I just moved back home when I went to community college. And then COVID hit. And then I also lived at home until I graduated because of COVID.
Yeah. So most of Ashley's dorming situations were either at home,
Yeah.
or like pretty.
And I loved every minute of it.
yeah.
And I would do it again.
Yeah. You weren't very much of like a dormy person though. Like you didn't have as much of it. Me, on the other hand, I had the full dorm experience. I'm whipping my hair in the air right now. Yes, I did that.
Let's
I'm
hear
just
it,
kidding.
girl.
But
Because you had some crazy dorm experiences.
yeah, well, my freshman year was cut short by COVID. But before that, the way Chapman
Your
works is
freshman
you
year
get-
was cut.
Yeah,
Okay, so
isn't that whack?
you went to school and like the end of your freshman year got cut short. Okay.
Yeah. And at Chapman, you are randomly assigned roommates.
Crazy.
You do not have the option to choose your own. And basically everyone has to live in one bedroom that has 3 beds. So you have 3 people total in each room.
Like every single person gets a triple basically.
Yeah, it's like 90% of the Chapman freshmen do. Some of
Okay.
them get doubles where you have 2 people in a room. But yeah, I pretty much knew going into it I was going to have 2 other roommates, which I think was kind of nice because I think if it was just one other person, that is pretty awkward.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward. Like you need the awkwardness to be more spread.
Yeah, but then also having to triple was awkward in its own way because then if 2 of the other roommates get along better, then it's just like, all right, well,
Well, did they even get along better?
no, but like, I just knew my 2 other roommates both played volleyball. So that's how they were like, oh yeah, we both played volleyball at one
did?
point. So they could just like talk about volleyball. And then I
Whoa.
was like, but they weren't really that close. And then my dorm was so awkward, guys. Let me tell you, this was okay, people have like actual horror stories. Mine was just like an awkwardness horror story where we met freshman orientation, and it's just like, oh, hi. And that was literally it. And then we never spoke again. And I swear the whole rest of the year, it was dead silent in my dorm. And like if you walked in, for some reason, it was the vibe where it was like the room had to be silent at all times. You can only wear headphones if you're going to be on your phone. If you're going to be like taking a phone call, you step outside. I'm like, what the fuck were we doing? Like, why?
It's
Who
just, like,
decided that? Not
I
me.
think girls want to be like polite to each
Yeah.
other, obviously, and then it gets like taken a little too far, especially if every single girl's a little shy.
Yeah, I think we were all just a little shy.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. But I have experienced living in a really awkward dorm situation. I just rewatched one of my old YouTube videos where I recapped my first ever semester at college, which if you want to watch that, I guess go ahead. Is pretty awkward though. I'm like so baby in it. But one funny part at the end was I said, one thing I didn't expect when I went to college that is really uncomfortable for me is every night when you have to turn the lights off because you have to like you're all just kind of sitting in the room or like in your beds like on your phone, and then it's like, does everyone want the lights off? Like, or are we all trying to keep the lights on? And it's so awkward every night to just sit there and kind of like try and read the room and be like, are we going to bed now? Or like what? Especially if you like
so
don't talk to your roommates.
awkward.
Like we never spoke, and then I just have to be like, and then every night it just kind of became the routine that I was the one to turn the lights off. So every night I would have to be like, oh my God, okay, do I have to turn them off now? And I don't know why it was like so
Girl.
awkward for me because I'm
And
like,
you just don't ask, like, did you ever be like, is it okay if I turn off the lights now? Or you would just like turn it off?
I would deadass just turn it off because none of us said any words to each other. I was like, I'm not gonna just ask.
You guys are so weird.
It was so weird, and I swear I was not the one to establish that vibe because I was talkative when I got to college. I was like normal. It was I think it was the diva girl set off a very bad vibe, and we were like, okay, none of us are talking, I guess. So then every now I should be like, okay, I'll turn the lights off. Anyways, what advice can we give for dorming? I think the biggest advice I can say is bring so much less than you think you need. Because I brought like all of my clothes, my winter, summer, spring, fall clothes, a backup for everything, all these like weird devices, like a rice cooker and a blender that like I did not have room for. And
you were not about to blend in that awkward room.
I was not about to pull out a blender in that room. So I think like, no, go, I think kind of just like raw dog it at first. Like bring your bare essentials, see what you need, and then just place a little Amazon order or like go to Target like a couple weeks in when you realize what you actually need. Mm-hmm. Or like when you go home for like Thanksgiving, then pick up whatever you're missing at home. But you can struggle for a couple months. Like you don't need to overpack. Really, more is less. Or wait, no. Less is more. Anyways, yeah, so that's my main thing. And also, I wish in my awkward situation, as like tense and as weird as it was, I wish I would have just broken the tension instead of accepting it. Because why did I live in a dead silent room for like 6 months? That was so whack. Also, wait, I think all the lights are turned. I need to turn some lights on.
Yeah, we gotta turn on some lights because it's getting too dark.
I don't know if that actually helped, but we'll see.
The lights are kind of on now and we're just orange, but whatever.
Period.
If you're watching this far in, it's fine.
It's okay. You're a real one, bro. I will say something that's funny when you meet people at college. Everybody got this weird vibe where they're like, because, you know, I was thinking in my head, I was like, this is my chance to just like be myself. Let me go out there and do my thing. But then some people, it's funny, they really take it as a chance to be like, time for me to perform. And then they just like pull out this like crazy personality. They were like, hi, I'm John. And I'm like,
I think people do have crazy personalities.
People are just like that, maybe? I don't know. Like maybe they are just like that.
There's some people that you meet in college that are so theatrical that you like,
right?
You're like, whoa.
Yeah, it is like kind of giving like I'm performing vibes.
Yeah.
But you know, so that is funny to witness. But I think for me, I was just like, let me do my
characters
thing.
out there.
Another funny type of character that you will surprisingly meet very often at college is these people who like just love to talk about high school. And I'm like, why?
Wait, what?
Why? I would deadass like orientation week. It's like our chance to meet each other. We'd all be talking, and then everybody's like, were you guys in student government? Because I was actually the president of my class, and I organized this one dance. Let me show you a video of this pep rally that I organized. And I'm like, why would I ever want to see this right now? Like, get that video out of my face.
Student government has to be, bro, don't ever mention student government.
Do not flex student government. I've met like
actually it's fine.
10 different people that did that, and I was like, why are you doing this? It's like,
well, probably because they want to try to be the president of the like the student class, the student body of like the freshman year at Chapman or whatever.
Or yeah, maybe they're just like, hey, look at this. This is proof that I was widely liked and I have done exciting things before.
I was actually valedictorian like at my high school, or like I was actually like.
But it's funny because if you, I'm so sorry to break the news to you guys, if you were ready to whip out that student government video of your
pep rally
that you made, I'm so sorry. I have to tell you here, before you get to college, you got to put that away. But that way, I'm so proud of you for organizing that pep rally, but you don't got to talk about it anymore, period.
I think it's fine if people are like, oh, like, what sports did you do? Or like, what were you like in high school? Maybe like, that's okay. But
no,
if you try to like show off or something, maybe it's like,
it's like, I was actually really cool in high school. Like, no, nobody needs to hear that.
Bruh.
So that's just something funny I wanted to say, because I also was the type of person before college that watched these videos that was like, advice to my college freshman self. So, and a lot of them actually did say, don't talk about high school. And I was like,
really?
Yeah. A lot of videos on YouTube are like, don't bring up high school. No one needs to hear about it. And I was like, who's dumb enough to do that? And I went to college and everybody did it. And I was like,
I don't even remember. I don't remember anyone talking about high school when I was in college.
People were ready to like flex. I was like, okay, this is really cool.
Okay, crazy.
You know what? Do your thing, though.
Yeah.
Good for you. We also totally forgot. College is actually all about school and learning.
Yes.
What can we say about, aside from all of the social aspects, let's get down to the nitty gritty of actually having to learn and take classes and graduate with a degree. What's our best advice for work ethic, keeping on a good schedule, studying?
Let me get back to actually socially getting through classes.
Bruh.
Sorry, I need to do this.
Okay,
But,
this is true.
Okay, this is crazy. Okay, I actually got so humbled because when I was at GW, in my first class, I was like, I'm just gonna ask the people sitting next to me, like, hey, what's your name or something?
Yeah.
Just because I'm like, okay, I'm in college, like, I guess I have to do this. Like, you obviously should do this. But I was just like, I don't know why this happened to me, and I literally was like jaw dropped. So I go to like this girl next to me or something, and I'm like, hi, like, I'm Ashley, nice to meet you. I'm a freshman. What's your name or something? I feel like I did it kind of awkwardly or something, or like really just like really just like freshman vibed it.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, nice, like I'm like I'm a sophomore, junior or something. I was like, I don't know why I literally like was like, oh my god, what the fuck? Because I like literally thought everyone was a freshman. And then like when I went to this girl, I was like, what is your name? Nice to meet you. Like, and then she like wasn't a freshman. I literally was like,
Oh no!
I literally was like, whoa, like,
That's
holy
so
crap, I
sad.
can't be doing this to her because she probably doesn't give a fuck. And I literally was like, what is your name? We should exchange phone numbers. I don't think I said that, but I
That's
definitely like did it
so
dorky. And I was like, bro, I
That's
literally
so
can't believe I just did that.
sad.
But I think it's good though when you go into your class. This is something that like you would never really think about in high school, or like I'm the type of person that just like wants to sit down immediately and just like get it over with. Low-key, you gotta kind of look around and be like, who in this class will I be friends with? And you have to sit next to them and then try to like introduce yourself if you can, like in a more chill and normal way. Be like, wait, we should like swap numbers so that like in case there's homework or like one of us misses class, like we can text each other, because it is so necessary. Because if you don't do that and you like miss your class, you're literally left in like the twilight zone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you need to like try to have at least like a friend or two. It also is just like so helpful because then you can like study with people, and like study
Yeah.
groups are also, I feel like, at least for me, like the way that I bonded the most with people would be like we take a really hard class and you have to like study through it.
I remember one time I had almost the same situation where I was a freshman, and my first class on my first day was this English class, and I accidentally came late, so I had to sit in the back corner.
That's so awkward to be late.
And I just sit next
Guys,
to a
don't
guy.
be late.
I know, don't be late. It's just
Like
more
if you
awkward.
walk in the door and then everyone's like that's the worst. Like don't do it.
Yeah.
Maybe like later do it, but like on the first day, like
No, I
like
had
walk.
something-
You gotta walk through like your schedule like before or something. Like don't try not to be late.
I
If
think
you
I
are,
got
it's
lost.
whatever.
That's
I'm
why
sure
I was
you did,
late.
but it's also
So
fine.
That's funny. But so then I pull up late. There's one seat open in the back corner, and it's next to a man. I was like, this is not what I wanted. But then I sit down, and he actually was so nice.
Good.
And then he was like, oh, hi, I'm blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, period, you did it first. I'm Amber. Because I was thinking the person that sits down should say hi. But I deadass was like, can I sit here? And he's like, oh, yes, I'm John. Or something like that.
Oh, that's nice.
And then I was like, blah, 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 blah. And I assume he's a freshman. And then he's like, oh, yeah, I'm a sophomore, but like, Deadass was so nice where he like gave me like a little pep talk. I was like, wait, that's like so nice as like a random
Bro,
guy.
When I was at
to be
GW,
like-
that girl did not do that to me.
Yeah,
I was like,
no,
I'm a
that's
freshman. She's
crazy.
like, okay. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
No, also another green flag with that guy was when I sat down, we kind of small talked, and then he was like, oh yeah, my girlfriend goes here. And he dropped that he had a girlfriend. So I was like, period, you're not trying to hit on me. Like, this is so
You're
good.
like-
I was like, hell yeah. But he was so nice. So just know there are many things that could happen. You could have a bad experience like Ashley and you will survive like she did.
Yeah,
or
like, I was fine.
Or you could get blessed with some guy that has a girlfriend and is not trying to hit on you, period.
Yeah.
I think also, though, with classes, here's my advice. Don't skip class. I made a rule for myself my whole freshman year of college. I was like, I'm not going to skip a single class my freshman year just so that I can know I can do it and make it through without skipping. And then later down the line, if I really have to skip, I will. And I think that was like the best thing I ever did for myself, because I realized as a junior and senior, once you start skipping, you cannot stop. So just like go a full year or maybe even 2 if you can without skipping, and then really just leave it open for like when you need it later. Because if you start off college on the vibe of like, I'm going to skip class today, that's really not
That's
good.
crazy.
You have a degree you need to get, girl.
You're paying like
Time to buckle up.
$600 a class.
Yeah, right? So
Yeah.
don't do all that.
I actually,
Did you skip class
I
ever?
literally don't think I ever skipped a class.
Whoa.
Maybe I probably like have like slept through it or like missed it. Like maybe there's a couple like I could have purposely skipped, but I literally don't remember ever skipping class. I also think at my school they were like pretty harsh on attendance, where they would check like even in a huge lecture hall, check everyone's attendance. I'm like, okay, give me a break first of all.
Yeah.
But
I think my classes, because I was in film school, I knew most of the classes. If I skipped, it's not like I really missed much anyways.
Yeah.
So that's why I skipped. But if you're in like a science or something major.
Oh, what was your
for
major?
sure.
You got to tell them.
I was television writing and production.
Yes.
I actually entered college. Well, I applied to college for like a nutrition or like health major. And then as soon as I got accepted to Chapman, I was like, I do not want to do science. I want to do film because Chapman has a film school. And I was like, I never even thought of that as a possibility. So then I tried to switch before I got there freshman year. And they're like, you can't just switch into our most prestigious film school. You have to apply again. So I was like, okay. So they made me do my whole freshman year undeclared or like undecided, which was also quite a blessing because then I just got to take some random ass classes and it was so fun. And I got like a really diverse education my freshman year.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah, the gen ed classes are like,
Yeah.
those are always fun and like, you get to meet other people from other majors, which I like.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. And then my major, okay, so when I applied into all my colleges, because I'm literally crazy and thought I was edgy, I'm pretty sure for every college I applied to, like as a high school senior, I literally think I applied into, oh my God, philosophy.
No.
Yeah, I did.
I remember you did that and I was like, what the fuck?
Because I was like, I love reading and I love like the arts.
Oh, the
I'm going to do like
arts.
philosophy. And then I was actually like, wait, what the hell was that? And also, what will my job be? Anyways.
Shout out to the philosophers out there.
Shout out to the philosophers. So then I went into school as that, and then I like immediately switched it to psych because I was like,
That's more you.
okay, this is more useful. And I also was on a pre-med route, and you can actually have any major and still be pre-med as long as you take all of the like prerequisite. Oh my God, I cannot talk prerequisite classes. But yeah, and then I switched my major to a business major. My last semester of junior year, I switched to a business major and I graduated with a business degree. And because I went to such a STEM-based school, actually like I took a lot of calculus classes, physics classes, and those all actually counted towards my business degree.
You were philosophy, then psych, then business administration.
Yeah, and then I got a minor in psych, which actually kind of
Oh.
works with business. So it seems like a normal minor to have. Now that the majors are kind of out of the way, I think it's good to talk about how to actually manage your course load and actually get more out of your classes because you're in college to also learn from school and you all probably want to get good grades. And for me, the major thing, like you were saying, was don't skip class. But I think also it's really easy to go in class, and nowadays everyone has like laptops and whatever. So you literally go in there, everybody's shopping.
Oh,
The international student, he's buying a Porsche.
no.
he's buying a Porsche in front of you. Okay? Like no one's paying attention.
Yeah.
It's crazy. If you actually pay attention in your class, and I attribute, thank
thanks,
you, Mom.
Mom.
That looks so much better.
Whoa, the light is
Mom just
on.
lit up the class. Okay.
The class.
This is how I've gotten good grades my entire life. Also, I really care about my grades, so I'm the type of person, I study like a mofo. Anyways, this will really make your amount of time of studying way less, and it's very simple. But however, it's also hard and you have to have dedication, is paying attention in your freaking class. Don't go into your class, do some other shit. You're
Yeah.
not listening to what the teacher's saying. If you actually go into the class and you listen to your teacher, and if you have a question, you make a note of it. If you just freaking pay attention, oh my God, you're gonna be an academic weapon. You're gonna be an academic weapon if you just pay attention. Like literally, trust me, and take notes. Take manually like written notes. I never like a computer note, and it's gonna be lit.
It's gonna be so lit,
And you're gonna have
think
fun.
The way I realized that same thought in college was I kept going to class, online shopping, and then going home.
Yeah.
Not online shopping, but I'd be doing random shit on my computer, and then I would go back to my dorm. And I'd be like, damn, and I have a test on that next
Yeah.
week, like, and I have to study for it. And then I realized if you just pay attention in class, you don't have to study almost ever sometimes.
Yeah.
Because being in class is the studying and
Yeah.
like the learning. So just like actually learn.
It's like
off
way
the
more
bat.
time efficient.
Yeah, it's so much more time efficient because if you're gonna go to class anyways, just like actually use that class time to learn, and then you'll be ready for the test when it comes. Like I also think a big part of college, people always say this, college isn't about like the degree or the classes you take or where you go. It's about the connections you make.
The friends
which
you make along the way.
kind of makes me like shiver in fear when I hear that because I'm like, I don't.
It sounds so serious.
When people say that, it sounds like you shouldn't go to college to learn. You should go and like find people to exploit. And I'm like, hold up.
And like network.
Like network.
You should
I'm
like actually network and exploit people.
yeah. And I'm like, that's crazy.
I feel like I'm so actually against, like, I literally despise networking to the point that
Yeah.
I don't even want to meet people if like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
no,
do obviously
same.
want to meet people, but then, oh my God, like,
The idea of trying to get something out of someone
it's
is
crazy.
whack.
And there are obviously people that will be at college and like do that to you, but
yeah. You know what?
you do it out of the want for a genuine connection and not for like, actually this person's parents like work at this job or like that's crazy.
Yeah, that is some crazy behavior. Some people really go to college and they do that though, and then they succeed. So you know what? Good for them.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know. College isn't really a lot about. I wouldn't say it's so much about the connections you make, unless you're really trying to kiss some ass.
Well,
like
but
if
at
you
the
want to
end
do
of
that.
the day, like what do you take away from college? A lot of it is like your best memories and like your best assets that you take away are really your friendships.
Exactly. So I would say it's about making friends, not about exploitation.
Connections.
Yeah.
Let's use a different word: friendship versus connection.
Yeah. I
Okay.
just wanted to debunk that statement because I always think like, what the hell is everybody talking about when they say that? Because it puts so much pressure
Yeah.
on you to like literally leech off of people. And I'm like, who's doing that?
Yeah, or like meet hella people or something.
Yeah. And it's just like, you don't want to be a leech. You don't want to have disgusting behavior like that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think just like be normal. That's all I gotta say. Be a normal, nice person.
Be normal.
Be normal now. Now. I order it.
The actual color of the podcast is like
Horrible.
disgusting,
I'm sorry, guys.
but it's okay.
the light changed. The sun went down.
Yeah.
I think we can end the podcast on some self-care notes because I think when you go into college, you put a lot of pressure on yourself to make the most of it, do everything, and never take a second for yourself. And you also get a lot of FOMO where it's like if your new friends are all going out somewhere, like you can't stay home, you have to be part of it, or else like they're all going to move on and become better friends without you. Well, here's what I will say about that.
Okay.
I think you can be in like this crazy rush of like doing the most at college, especially your first like semester, where you're doing everything, trying to meet everyone, going to every event. You're just like running through every day. Those moments where you take like an hour to yourself to just like go sit on the campus by yourself and listen to some music will really ground you back to like the root of who you are. And I think in those moments where I was alone, I was like, who even are these people that I'm hanging out with right now? I should probably meet some other people. Do I even like this class that I'm in? Do I even like this college that I'm in? And luckily for me, I actually did. So I was like, okay, I'm happy with that. But what am I unhappy with? Blah, blah, blah. Maybe this. So I feel like everyone kind of needs moments of reflection just to like kind of check back in with yourself, see how you're actually feeling when you snap out of the like adrenaline rush that is college. And also sometimes you gotta suck up the FOMO and just go to bed. Like if you really know you need to sleep or study or do something for your own well-being, you got to say no to whatever plans your new friends have made because it's really in your best interest to do what's right for you. So
Wow.
it's a lot about like learning boundaries for yourself. I think that's a big thing. Yes.
Whoa. That was crazy
Mic
because
drop.
I had a much like different, like you're like, oh my God, I had like no time. I'm doing so much stuff. I had excessive amounts of time as
Really?
a freshman. And mine wasn't so much about balancing all my friends doing stuff. It was more of like balancing a crippling loneliness and nothing to do. So you could have a different issue where actually I had so much time to reflect that it was crazy. And especially if you're used to doing a lot of stuff in high school, whereas like I feel like when I was in high school, like obviously the school day takes up a long time, but I did like 2 sports on top of my high school where like my whole day was just consumed by doing stuff. And then you get to college, and if that was your life in high school, you honestly have so much time in college, even when you're doing a sport. And I had cheerleading that actually took up a very substantial amount of time as well, but I still felt like I had a lot of time. I think also because I was like alone so often that I was like, okay, I'm just alone in my own thoughts. And then it really is a growing process to learn how to be alone and just
True.
like be by yourself and not like go crazy. So I remember like I literally was like going crazy and I was like, oh my God, I need to like journal and like write down stuff and like crumple it up and like throw it away and stuff. Like I literally was like going through it, and I got into yoga as well. I would like do yoga in my dorm every morning. I actually did Leslie Fightmaster's Fightmaster yoga, and I would do like an hour-long video like or something before my class and just do like a very like slow like reflective yoga just so I could like be present and like chill. And like I had like so much anxiety that I feel like I would wake up in the morning, and I would like literally feel like someone's sitting on my chest, and I could not get rid of it for my life, and it felt so bad that I was like, oh my God, I need to like relax and like try to chill. Also, rest in peace, Leslie Fightmaster. She actually passed away a couple years ago.
Are you
and I
serious?
literally cried so much when she died, and she's just like a YouTuber.
Wait, whoa.
I know, but I was like, wow, she really got me through that. And then when she passed away, I was like, I literally cried.
How old was she?
She was young. I think she was like, she has like a kid and a husband, and then she passed away. I don't know how old she was, but maybe like 50 or something.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
How does that
So rest in peace. But her videos are still out there. So if you watch them, I think obviously the AdSense goes to like her family. So it's still good to like watch it and stuff. But I do really like all of her old yoga videos, and I would do them seriously every single day. I think she would have like a 60-day or something like, or like 90-day yoga program. And I actually did like the whole thing, and I would do them every single morning. And I still have the same yoga mat to this day, which I actually can't find. So if you see my yoga mat, let me know, because I've had it since, well, yeah, I guess I don't have it. But I'm like, where is it? Because I've had it for like 7 years, and where's my yoga mat? But I realized the other day I can't find it. So maybe it's somewhere in the house, but I don't know. And I'm scared. I got it at Nordstrom Rack in Washington, D.C. I need it.
Oh my God. That's so
I'm kind of going on a crazy rant now.
No, that was
also, we didn't really talk about this, but when I was in school, even at RPI, most schools have like a cafeteria, and I would sit by myself at lunch literally every single time that I went to lunch.
Wow.
Because also, how are you supposed to like?
I went to
Are you supposed
start,
to coincide
it's like-
with your friends every single lunch? Like that's
what
crazy.
Yeah, it was actually very nerve-wracking. So when COVID cut my freshman year short, I was kind of like, wow, thank God.
Yeah.
Because also around COVID was when my like initial friend group started to like scatter. And then I was at the point where I was like, do I have to start sitting alone? And then COVID hit, and I was like, all right, guess I don't have to ever deal with that. But
Yeah.
I think my life hack, this is what I pictured for myself if I ever needed to sit alone.
Yeah.
I always thought, if I have to do that, let me just come with my laptop and pretend I'm so on the run, I have to work and eat at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's like, if you really have like social anxiety, I feel like that would be a good out to be like, no, I'm not
Yeah.
alone, I'm actually working.
Yeah. By the time I was doing it, I also didn't really care that much. I was just like, yeah, I'm just eating by myself, like whatever. And obviously, like, it's like me and Amber are both people that have like great friends, totally normal, and sometimes you just have to sit by yourself. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine and it happens.
It's just when you're in like this
Yeah.
college situation, you will be doing some interesting things.
Yeah.
But don't feel weird or like you're the only person in the world who's like feeling this lost or alone or scared. Don't feel cringe. Don't feel whatever. Every single person in the world has, not every single, everyone that's ever been to college has been through some form of this, and
Yeah.
people have done way cringier things and people have done way weirder things. You're definitely not the weirdest person ever to go to college. So just know that you are one of many people who have done this before. It will be totally okay. Just take this as a chance to be the most real version of yourself. Have fun. Know that there's no expectations for you. Nobody knows who you are yet. So break out of your shell if you want to have a new start and like not be shy anymore or not be this anymore. Like just really do whatever feels natural to you and have no fear, because nobody gives a damn. You could like, no one knows if you're like a freaky weirdo that talks so loud and like commands a whole classroom and all this or whatever. So like if you speak up, it's not like everyone's gonna be like, oh my God, why is the quiet girl speaking up? They're just gonna be like, oh, that's someone I've never met before, and they're talking and it's normal.
Yeah.
So just know it is all normal. You could be so nervous, but it really does not matter at the end of the day. Everyone's so nervous about themselves, especially, that like no one's gonna be dissecting your every move.
Yeah.
You could do whatever you want.
That was an amazing pep talk.
Period. I believe in you. If you are going to college, so many different things will come your way, but just make the most of it. Do the best you can with it. Just always be yourself. I feel like you'll never regret that. If you hold yourself back or like you act a different way to try and like fit in, it's like, it's not gonna feel as good. You gotta just be yourself while you're doing it. Be authentic and just know like, this is who I am and I'm just having fun. And none of it is that serious.
Yeah. Or if you don't act like yourself, it's not going to attract the real people that you actually want in your life. You know what I mean?
Right? Like just be brave enough to be who you are.
Yes.
Isn't that a song?
And okay, this is also a crazy thing, but this is a realization that I had as a freshman, is that whatever you do in college, or like whatever you kind of choose your major as, I know it's like to the same extent, you can always change it, do whatever, but just realize like hey, whatever you go to school for, whatever you want to do right now, that's going to end up being your life. And so if you are not happy with your major, then change it. Then change it and like change your life to make it be what you want it to be. And it can be scary because obviously maybe your parents don't really want you to change your major. Like I know probably our parents, when I'm like, I don't want to be pre-med no more, they're probably like, oh my God. Yeah. But like you can do it and do what you want to do. I really wanted to do YouTube, and I decided that as a freshman. I was like, I really want to do YouTube. I specifically want to do it at home with my family, and that's why I transferred out. And everyone was like, you're so crazy. You should probably spend another semester at GW. And obviously I could have. However, I'm glad that I came home because I have the career that I have today, and I don't think I would if I had potentially stayed there longer. Maybe I would be in medical school.
Right.
If I got a good grade on MCAT. But I think everything would have been like fine either way. However, I'm really happy with how everything turned out now. So be courageous, do what you want to do. And I think, you know what? Everyone will still always support you and love you along the way. It's going to be hard in the moment, but like you got this. Make yourself happy first. First of all, is the most important thing is that you're happy. Especially if you're going to college, you're spending so much money to be doing something like do something that you like to do. Because I feel like I know people that did not like their major, now graduated, are not using their major whatsoever, have a job that's like completely different, which is fine. But also like if they had decided to do a major that they actually really loved, I think they could have had a different career path that they'd be maybe more happy with now, if that makes sense. But at the same time, who cares? You can also fully graduate the degree, get a job somewhere else, and like still have a great time. Like majors are kind of an interesting thing where like to get certain jobs, a lot of times you actually don't need a specific major unless maybe you're like a doctor or lawyer or like whatever. Yeah. But like a lot of other jobs you can kind of have any major. So yeah, you'll figure it out, and I have faith in you.
You got this. Yeah, I think just be brave enough to do what you actually want, and you'll know what's right for you, like deep down. And if you don't know yet and you're still lost in like choosing what you want to do, you will know eventually. So don't rush like
the awkward moment when
the camera dies.
And then also we switched the camera settings, so now it looks way better, but it probably looks so bad for the rest of the podcast. Whatever. You guys are just listening for the most part, so it's okay.
I was in the middle of saying you'll know deep down what's right for you, and so you just got to follow that. And if you don't know yet and you're still in the midst of choosing and like you're kind of lost and just finding your way,
lost in the sauce,
just trust that down the line you will know. Like just have patience, keep doing your thing, and keep sticking true to yourself, and the right things will come to you. So, because I entered college being kind of unsure, like, what am I doing? What is my major? Me too.
I had literally no idea. Even though I was pre-med, I was just like, actually, what am I doing?
Yeah. So just
and now we're YouTubers.
Right? What the hell? Just keep following the like real voice in your head, the real passion in your heart. Yes. Follow that.
Yes. And it'll get figured out. But also, you guys are so young. Like, you literally can't be expected to know what you want to do for the rest of your life. So, like, take your gen eds and, like, experiment and, like, have fun.
Some of my favorite classes at college were the like random ass ones that didn't count towards my major. It was just like
education or something you liked.
Well, yeah, I was education minor actually, so that did count towards my degree. But like I took some random classes about like robots, and I was like what? Hell yeah. It was called Philosophy of Science Fiction, and it was actually just debating.
You took a philosophy class?
I took multiple.
I actually never took a single one, even though that was my intro major.
That's great. Well, that's the same with me. My beginning major was health, and I never did that, or nutrition. But it was a like debating if like different types of robots were ethical. So we watched like the movie Her, where he like dates the robot, and we're like, should this be allowed? And then we're all like, I don't know. Oh my god, that class is probably. I don't even remember what everybody said. We were just like, oh,
it doesn't really hurt anyone else. But it's kind of crazy.
We were kind of talking about AI before it like even existed.
But when AI happened, that was like so sudden and random.
Yeah.
At least to me.
I hate AI. No, I don't. No, if any AI is listening, I love AI.
Bro,
don't kill me, bro. When the robots take over, I loved AI since the beginning, guys. I'm one of the good ones, I swear. I'm just kidding.
You're a robot, like AI sympathizer, bro. That's fucked.
No, I am afraid there's going to be digital evidence of me saying I hate AI. delete that off the internet. I'm just kidding.
Bro, it's not gonna get that point. That's crazy.
I'm just
I don't really think it's possible like that, but you never know.
I am seeing scary
Don't
things
doubt
about,
the robots.
I'm seeing scary things about AI where if you make two AIs talk to each other, they'll develop their own secret language to better communicate because English isn't clear enough for them. So they make their own fake language and then they can talk without humans knowing.
But they don't have real feelings.
That's what you think, bro.
But they're not in love
That's
like
what
that.
you think, bro. You think the robots don't have feelings. They're going to get you when they freaking take over because
No.
you did not.
I don't know. Also, okay, this is crazy, but when we were in college, ChatGPT and things like that did not exist.
It started the semester I graduated.
Oh, so you kind of
I
did you
got
do
a little
use
hint.
a little bit of it?
I actually didn't, but I think now everyone at college uses so much and it's actually scary.
I'm like, are you guys even learning anything? So
What's the fucking point of
try
anything?
actually to not use it. I feel like it's such a skill to be able to write articulately in the English language, and I also think it's very underrated. And I'm just like, okay, is no one going to like have the art form of writing anymore, or like what?
The art form.
The art form of writing. Is no one going to be an author like me? Do you ever think English majors using ChatGPT?
I think that's like oh, I actually wonder. I don't really know any English
I wonder
majors.
if that like goes against their morals.
Yeah. I wonder what the English majors think of AI. Drop it
Guys,
down in
let
the
us
comments,
know,
guys.
let us
Drop it
know.
down. Well, what's our final advice for college? I feel like we kind of gave it. Just hang in there and be brave. You got this.
Yeah. Do you have okay, let's do college favorite moments. Or like favorite from college.
Okay, let's do favorites of the week as if it's college.
As if we're in college.
Okay, well, let's
Okay,
just
POV, we're in college.
Yeah. POV, I'm in college. My favorite of college is when I had really good roommates towards the end and we would cook dinners together like almost every night.
Whoa.
That was very special to me. And I really learned some good recipes, bro. I learned some good recipes from my roommates. And my favorite about myself in college was that I really was brave when I needed to be, aka orientation week, because I could have stayed very scared and like never blossomed into a full person and not met the people that I needed to meet. But I took my big leap and I did my thing. I moved across the country. It was so crazy. Anyways, what are your favorites?
Okay, so if I was in college, my favorite, this is if I was a freshman
Yeah.
at GW. They had the best meal plan literally ever, because at RPI, like, we're kind of in the middle of nowhere, so you just like go to the cafeteria and like
That's it.
it's like really mid. At GW, you get like a certain amount of points and you can use them at all of the like local food places. And I could literally buy my food at like, I think Whole Foods, Sweet Green, Kava, like Chipotle, like everything. And it was, oh my God, I got actually like addicted to Sweet Green when I first was in college.
That's
It was so bad.
crazy.
But like, the food was really good. Like, that's the one thing where I was like, dang. That was like also my first like entrance to those type of food chains that like we did not have upstate. So for me, like eating a fucking like salad like that, I literally was like, oh my God.
It's so good.
Or like there was boba, bro. There was like kung fu tea and I was like going crazy about it.
We did not have boba where we grew up. So
Yeah.
that is funny to experience those new things. Wow.
So that was my favorite as a freshman.
Favorite about yourself at college?
I think my favorite thing was like that I eventually realized like, girl, you need to like really put yourself out there more. And then when I did the clubs, which was later, I didn't join any clubs until I was a junior in college. That really made such a difference. And all of my friends pretty much that I have from college were from that junior year, because then COVID happened after. But like doing volleyball and PAL and everything, that was so fun. And I'm happy that I finally put myself out there, because it's better late than never. So
True that.
yeah.
Wow. I also think now that we've both graduated college, at least speaking for myself, once I graduated, I looked back on like my whole class and everyone that I like maybe met once but didn't really talk to enough. And I was like, damn, I wish I talked to them more. And that's also how I felt when I graduated high school, where you're like, I should have been more friends with everyone here.
Yeah.
So just know that entering college, and I'm sure you're already feeling that because you just graduated high school and you're probably feeling that same thing. Just have that same energy entering college and being like, one day I'm going to kind of miss these people, so I should just give it a shot to like know all of them right now.
Yeah. College is so fun. Once you're in the adult world, it's a little more crazy. And I think being in college is such an amazing time. Like, when else are you going to be around so many other people of your same age group, forced into the same rules, forced kind of into like the same class schedule or just like being in the same
Life.
area. Like, it's so fun. And now that we're out of college, I feel like we kind of like still yearn for that a little bit. Like, it would be so, like, I wish like they had like an adult like camp or something. Like, I don't freaking know that like I could go to.
There probably are.
Yeah, but they're kind of probably going to be weird vibes. So it's okay. I had my moment. COVID took away some of our moment.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Enjoy the like utopia world setup of a college campus and dorming as much as you can because it's so much fun. We believe in you guys. If you are entering college and you're so scared and alone, just pretend that there's a little Amber and Ashley on your shoulders and we're just hanging out with you as you enter all your events and classes by yourself. Just be like, no, we're here with you because we've been through it, bro. It's so weird, but you just have to know like this is how it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to enter alone and feel awkward and be a weirdo, and it will be fine. Eventually, you'll meet enough people, just get good at doing some small talk, ask people where they're from, what's their major, and just embrace it. That's all you gotta do.
Yes, you guys
We
got
love you
this.
guys.
We freaking love you. And go into this year with confidence and love.
You deserve the best. Give yourself the best chance.
Yes.
We love you so much, and you got this.
You got it. Don't hold yourself back. And think about the beautiful twin sisters who will be back next week with another podcast. Don't miss it. It's on Tuesday.
Yep. Beautiful twin sisters out.
Beautiful twin sisters.
Sisters.